Today, I'm going to show you the discounted cash flow formula, or DCF for short, and show you why it's absolutely broken when it comes to picking stocks.
Look at my discounted cash flow formula and nobody knows what you're talking about.
Okay, so imagine you have a side business selling these. Okay, this side business makes you the same amount of money every single month for a total of $2,999 a year. Then someone comes along and says, hey, your business looks cool, but maybe you can do like me and you can sell these. He also makes $2,999 a year, except this person gets paid every other month. Do you be like yourself, or do you be like this someone else? Well, because you'll get more money sooner to yourself, you'll want to be yourself. This is like if you went to a job interview and were asked if you wanted to get paid weekly or yearly. Well, obviously you'd want to get paid weekly, especially when you can take that money and invest it. So let's take another concept. You go about your day and now you have two opportunities presented to you. You can buy a business that's identical to the one you have right now, making the same amount of money every month for a yearly total of $2,999, or you can purchase a stock, and we'll just make one up. We'll call it our subscriber count, ticker symbol SUB. So Substock. This is the most steady stock you've ever seen in your entire life. It makes the same amount of gains every single day for a yearly compound rate of 10%. Depending on the price of that business that's identical to yours and the stock, how do you choose which option to go with? This is where the discounted cash flow formula comes in handy. If each option were selling for $1, then buying that replica business would mean you pay $1 and every year you get $2,999. That's a return that was so ridiculous Elon Musk would tweet about it. So in that scenario, it would make way more sense to go with the replica business, because making 10% on the $1 isn't a huge gain. However, we can flip the tables if we say that it cost us $1 billion for each option. Obviously, 10% on $1 billion is looking pretty good in comparison to paying $1 billion and getting only $2,999 a year with the replica business. So there must be some kind of tipping point. The discounted cash flow finds this tipping point, which is also called the net present value, which I'll talk about more in a second. Now, I'm not going to bore the masses with equations and hard to understand math, but instead I'm going to leave a spreadsheet in the description for those who are curious and want to check it out. So this discounted cash flow formula works really well when you have all the appropriate information. And that's going to be key today, because most people, when they use discounted cash flows, use it with financial statements. And financial statements don't have all the appropriate information and could lead you to the wrong result. So what's my problem with financial statements? Now I get to make the almighty editor really happy and reuse an example to show you why there's a disadvantage with using financial statements. If I were to offer to take $50 and give you back $100, that's a $50 gain or 100% gain. Would you take the offer? The answer is you need to know how soon you're going to get that $100, right? Because whether I give you the $100 in a year or 100 years makes a huge difference on how well you performed. So instead of saying we made a $50 gain or 100% gain, you want a percentage gain that takes time into consideration. Now we take that same principle and apply it to financial statements. You'll notice that we only get the dollar difference between quarters or annum. So what that means is we don't have a percentage that takes time into consideration, and that can throw off our discounted cash flows and give us the wrong results. Watch us do some math in some Andre Jick level magic kind of style. Oh no, I got stuck in transition. Where is this place? Is this the upside down? Help! Oh wait, I found the switch. Man, Andre makes that look easy. But now let's go back to our side business example where you make the same amount of money every single month for a total of $2,999 a year. You also can buy Substock that again makes the same amount of money every single day for a compound annual growth rate of 10% a year. Now, enter Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo comes along and thinks he's got a better business than you because instead of making $2,999 a year, he makes $3,000 a year. The only difference though is he gets paid every other month. So do you try to be like Joe Schmo, or do you keep doing you and be yourself? You always be you. So if we use our magical discounted cash flow formula with all the information I gave you, we'll find out that our side business actually had a higher net present value than Joe Schmo's business. And that's because if we took all the earnings that we made and immediately invested it into Substock, and Joe Schmo took all his earnings and immediately invested it into Substock, we would have a higher net worth than Joe Schmo. And that's because even though we made less money, we got more money sooner, which we could invest and make more money. So why is it that Joe Schmo and many other people using discounted cash flow formula would think that Joe Schmo's business is more valuable? And that's because financial statements. So let's pretend we made an annual report for both the businesses. It might look a little something like this. Well, if we use a discounted cash flow formula on this partial information, it would show that Joe Schmo's side business had a net present value, or tipping point, of $30,000, and our side business would have a tipping point or net present value of $29,990. This means people would rather pay $10 more for Joe Schmo's business, even though when we do the actual math like we did earlier, our business would outperform Joe Schmo's. It should be the other way around. People should pay more money for our outperformance. So in conclusion, the discounted cash flow formula can be a wonderful tool for us if we have all the available information. And because financial statements don't give us all that available information, as investors we have to seek what's called a margin of safety, which means we have to buy at a price low enough to allow for these small discrepancies that could result from not having all the information. Also, it helps to see the whole picture and not just look at one statement. You have to see it on the broad scope of things. Ultimately though, there's a point where you just have to put the spreadsheet down and give yourself time to think. You just have to put the spreadsheet down. You just have to put the spreadsheet down. You just have to put the spreadsheet down. And I think that goes double for someone like me who loves spreadsheets. Sorry, spreadsheets. But that's all I have for you in this video. If you found the content helpful, make sure you like that smash button by stalking our subscriber count and Liberty Bell that notification icon. Thanks for watching, and until next time.